Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Fumble Live on this hump day. We've got a lot to talk about. You see the title. I don't care what they call it. I am not calling it nothing but Staples Centers. We're going to talk about that. And they were shouting MVP, but it wasn't for KD and Barclays Center. That's a little weird to me, but let's get into this. First of all, let's introduce the Fumble Squad. I'm your girl, Jackie Ray. You can follow me on all things social media at Jackie Ray TV.
It's your boy Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K. And Jackie, it ain't weird to me because that's just how fake those Nets fans are. But we'll talk about that later.
Really? That made me feel some type of way. And I'm not even, but okay. I can't wait. But let's get into this first one because you guys, if you guys do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up. I forgot to say that. But if you did hit that notification bell, then you saw the whole video I did. Super excited that Odell is finally here in LA. Once again, got to give our producer credit for that because she put that in the universe. She made that happen. But I also said, hey, if things don't go well, his very first time out, I don't want to hear any Odell slander because it's not necessary. It's going to take a week or two for them to ramp up. So on the very first possession, he did get a pass. He received a pass from Matthew Stafford. Odell did. But on that same opening drive, this happened. So I want you just to take a look at what happened on that first deep attempt to Odell Beckham. Take a look.
Beckham back in there. Fake it to Henderson. Stafford has time. All sorts of time. Deep shot, middle of the field. Beckham was nowhere close. It is Jimmy Ward. Welcome back, Jimmy Ward for the 49ers. Picks off Matthew Stafford.
So again, this I expected to see something like this. I expected it to be right before this happened. The commentator, there was some sort of confusion in the huddle that I must have missed, but I heard the commentator said, you've got to make sure that Odell understands exactly what he's supposed to do, supposed to be in that huddle properly, and then right after that, this happened. But when it happened, the funny thing was what was trending on Twitter was the hit that Odell laid down on him right after the ball. So shouts out to Odell for being present. But that's clearly one of those moments where maybe Odell was supposed to be somewhere else. And, you know, there was clearly a miscommunication, which we anticipated, at least I anticipated. But Troy Aikman is like, no, this is a Odell problem. Odell has broken up the chemistry. And so let me tell you one of the reasons why I don't like it. First of all, he said this on 96.7, The Ticket in Dallas, which is a radio. You there in Dallas. You played for Dallas. Talk about Dallas. Okay? Leave my boy Odell alone. We still trying to figure this out. We don't need your opinions about Odell. But he basically said that, let me just throw up this tweet so you can kind of see his whole thing. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I am going to read a good chunk of it. But he's basically saying that it's Matthew Stafford is probably feeling what Baker Mayfield felt in that he has to get Odell the ball. So he's saying, he said, Matthew Stafford throws an interception on the opening possession because he's trying to get OBJ the ball. He also says whether he stopped on the route or not, he is not going to complete that pass because there's two defenders back there. But I think Matthew now feels some of the pressure that maybe Baker Mayfield felt on, hey, I have to get this guy involved. This to me is an asinine take because, first of all, I think Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. Y'all can at me on that. I don't care. But I think he's a better quarterback, so I don't think he feels that kind of pressure. If anything, it's a little bit of a relief that now you can open up the field a little bit. Maybe if Cooper's getting the double, whatever, you have more options. I think this is just first time we're out here. There's some communication glitches. I don't think this is an over-the-top thing where you can say Odell messed up the chemistry. But Chris, Troy Aikman has spoken. Do you agree?
I rarely listen to much things that come from Troy Aikman's mouth. He's good from time to time on the broadcast, but and this is another one of those. Look, Matthew Stafford, he wasn't good last week either against the Titans in another nationally televised game. And from what I remember, we were too busy, the media was too busy ripping Odell Beckham Jr. when he was still in Cleveland.
Right.
So you can't blame him for that one. And he basically had identical stats from that Titans game to the game against the Niners on Monday. So for you to put the blame on Odell, that just sounds like he has a personal vendetta and a personal beef with Odell because, like you said, this is his first game. what are you expecting from Odell Beckham Jr.? Okay. B, we've seen this so many times when a quarterback gets a new shiny receiver, they're gonna force the issue to see what they can get with Odell. And we could even go back to Baker Mayfield. That Baker's first game with Odell, he did the same thing. He was force feeding Odell. It didn't work, but he didn't throw no damn pick like Matt. And I agree, Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback. I'm just saying, for it to be Odell's fault is, to me, that's a blind take. Happens all the time. Ryan Tannehill, same thing when he first got Julio Jones. You want to get them involved early because you know that, like Odell had said, and you heard many times, they don't know the playbook like that yet. Not yet. This is the first week. He just got there Friday or Thursday. You know what I mean? So you want to try and force feed him as he did in the very first play. Nice, small, short gain. But you want him to get involved. You want him to, feel like you're part of the team now, get things going. And I feel like that was just one of those deep plays that, like you said, there was just miscommunication. They tried to do a little too much when Odell didn't know the play. You could tell Odell went left when Matthew threw right. So that was a miscommunication from the play more than Odell. If it was an Odell problem, we wouldn't be talking about the tackle after, because in the eyes of the media, he's such a prima donna, he probably would let the play go and would have been kicking another net because he didn't get the ball and it was intercepted instead. No. Okay, the play was just a miscommunication. Odell didn't know the play. Whatever miscommunication happened, he still was, like you said, he was still very present and made that tackle to stop the play in its tracks. So for you to blame Odell in his first game, not getting a full week, that's just, you got a personal vendetta on Odell. And I don't know. I just think that's kind of dumb.
I absolutely agree. And for him to say, oh, either way, that pass wasn't going to be complete because there was two defenders there. Y'all might want to check the tapes on Odell. I have seen Odell catch the ball over defenders and he comes down with it and everybody's looking like, how? Like he's the guy that can make those kind of plays, and that's that comfort zone that you have with him. You can throw in those difficult situations. It is one of those things, though, where I have a friend who's a diehard Giants fan, and he says that part of the problem with Odell in New York was that everybody cared what he did on the sideline. Even though he was great on the field and he was engaging with teammates and things of that nature, too many people cared about what he was doing on the sideline. And to me, it sounds like this is what Troy Aikman is doing. You care more about the fact that he had a temper tantrum with a net, not somebody, which, speaking of, we're going to talk about somebody who has problem with somebody. That's a totally different thing. I'd rather you hit the net than somebody. I don't see why those antics are still following him around, because either way, those were still passionate moments. Why are we still judging Odell by that one very small moment in time? Because he has so many other good moments on the field.
Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine. I've been saying the same thing. I'm right there with you. I never got why. I don't know if it was the New York thing. I don't know if they're just looking for something, but they always, we've talked about on this show so many times. Back when we had the huddle, we've done so many huddles on different things that Odell did off the field, but then we don't talk about the fact that he had like 100 yards in that same game. And I don't know. To me, I feel like the whole conversation about receivers' passion versus temper tantrums and drama, it gets missed by the media 1,000% of the time. So I feel like that's the case there. I don't know. That just who Odell is, and I think he knows that he's just going to be, the lightning rod of any kind of negative media, any negative press from the media. And this is another one of those things where we're blaming Odell when, like my man Kev said in the chat, why are we not talking about the fact that it just was a bad throw? Like I said, Matthew Stafford has had 2 bad games. He's allowed to. But let's call it what it is. 2 bad games with 4 interceptions and 2 touchdowns in 2 straight games on nationally televised. Like, can we just talk about that? Maybe it was just a bad throw. Like I think, I do believe it was a miscommunication on the play. But regardless, it was a bad throw knowing there's 2 defenders out there. You see him not going the right way. Don't make that choice. But that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, it's just Odell's just going to get that until he wins a ring. Or I don't know what's going to take. I really don't know what's going to take. I think that he's just stuck with that mantra a la Kyrie Irving.
Ooh, good comparison. They did the similar thing to Patrick Mahomes. I've heard for weeks, they've figured out Patrick Mahomes, his career is over. And he goes out and he has a great game, and I don't hear anything. And I'm like, y'all, it's game to game. Defenses are supposed to watch tape. They're supposed to figure out ways to stop you. You're supposed to realize they figured it out and then modify your play. This is how the game goes. I don't know why we having to tell y'all that. Y'all been doing this for like 30 years, but Troy, do better. You're the only quarterback that I actually have. I have a framed, signed Super Bowl ticket from him. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. You're going to have to stop talking about Odell if you want to maintain my favorite quarterback, though. I'm just saying. That's all
I'm
I
just
got.
gonna say he ain't even the best Cowboys quarterback in that calls games. Tony Romo lapped you on that one too, Troy. I'm just putting that out there. I'm just putting that out
Tony
there,
Romo
but that's
is
neither here.
the GOAT. I
Yeah, he
love
came
Tony
in.
Romo. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like just swinging like yeah, you ain't
Yeah.
wrong. You ain't wrong. All right, that's all I got for need to know. Chris, I'm excited. I'm a little annoyed, but take us to the post up.
Yeah, we got some crazy things to talk about in the post up. So today's post up is gonna be fun. But ladies and gentlemen, time for post up. With your boy Chris on this fine hump day. Yes, we got a fun one today. And a lot of opinions are going to be had on this one on multiple things. And number one, we're talking about the new name of the Staples Center starting Christmas or just starting sometime in December. I don't remember the exact date. I think it was Christmas. I think it was Christmas. But since I moved to California and I got into no, that's not true because I was a little younger. When I started getting into basketball and going back and forth to New York and California, I always understood Madison Square Garden as Madison Square Garden. And then every now and then it was like Mercedes and then Chase and all these different sponsors would come through. Right now it's Chase, but it was always Madison Square Garden. And I never understood why all these other stadiums had like names of like, because I knew Staples because you drive by Staples and you go buy your stuff there. So for such a big known stadium like the one that is going to formerly be known as Staples Center, it's finally happened where they're going to be changing their name and it's just not going to sit right. According to everybody yesterday, Shams, anybody, you name it, Staples Center is set to be renamed to the Crypto.com Arena as part of a multi-year naming rights deal, according to a source close to the deal. Now, typically, that would be cool because it's going to be the first crypto on bobbity, but because this is the Staples Center, the home that Kobe built, Shaq, too. I'm going to give you a little shine there, too, Shaq, but you know what I mean? And now that name just gets thrown out the window. I understand money. I know it's a world that's run by the green. I get that. But it's just weird. It's very, very weird. I'm not even a Laker fan, and it rubs me the wrong way. And Jack, I know you are a relatively new Laker fan, but it probably rubs you the wrong way regardless. What's your thoughts on this? I want to look at the chat. I want to hear what the chat has to say about it. But what are you thinking about this? Do you think that what are they going to do? There's nothing they can do. The deal, they got their money. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm not calling it Crypto.com Stadium. No, I'm not calling it that. I think it's going to end up playing out like, and I could be wrong because it's been nobody in Denver. I'm from Denver, if y'all forgot. So when they tried to rename Mile High, when I tell you, y'all, we had straight up protests because the fans helped pay for that arena there. So they were like, nah, hell no, y'all not calling it. I forget what it was supposed to be called. Invesco. I don't even know what it is right now because at the time they changed it, Invesco was like, okay, we'll relent because the fans are going to burn the stadium down if we don't call it Mile High. So it was like Invesco at Mile High. I think it's had like 3 other naming rights since then. I don't know, but nobody calls it whatever it is. It's Mile High Stadium. Staples I get because it's not like you said, it's not like Madison Square Gardens, which is a thing. Like that's a place, you know. Staples is a place where you get Staples from. So it's right. So it's not. So this is like the Forum. The Forum, you can put naming rights on that. If that was to ever happen, it's still going to be called the Forum because that's the place, you know. So you kind of screwed this whole thing over by making it the Staples Center and never really giving it its own identity. But crypto, you want me to call it something that Chris and I have admitted we don't even fully understand yet? I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
No.
It's gonna be so weird, especially because the state and Miami just recently went through the same thing where they were so invested by their current sponsor, where the American Airlines Arena in Miami, they even had a whole airplane on the top of the stadium with the big old American Airlines. Now they took that off, and even though it's called whatever it's called now, when you get an aerial view of the building, you still see the airplane because they took it off, but it's been on there so long that's got like a tan line on the stadium. Right. So now with Staples now with the Staples Center, it's the same thing. In that same picture I just showed you, you see that outside of just on the court where it says Staples Center, they got all these marquees. Staples Center on the top. It's the same thing. Staples Center. So it's going to be obviously with LA, they're more about the flash and Roddy, you know, Hollywood. So they're probably going to repaint it. They're probably going to redo something to put it on there. But that's not going to be until the off season. So you're going to see from an aerial view that Staples Center still right behind whatever crypto.com. And mind you, like if this was any other building, or maybe if the Clippers went into their new Intuit building or whatever, and it was crypto.com, I think it would be a cool thing because it's pushing forward this whole crypto movement, even though we don't understand it. Like it'd be a cool situation. But when you're going after one of the most legendary stadiums, even though it's one of the younger stadiums, it's just right. It just doesn't sit right. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it is what it is.
It's the
that's the part to me too. Like, why you gotta go to the website?
Why?
Because they want to be found easily. You know, we're crypto, crypto.com. Okay, but crypto.com. It's right there on the stadium. It's in there, in the name. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. When we hear some kids growing up and being like, "Yeah, man, can't wait to watch the Lakers at crypto tonight." Whew, that's gonna be weird. That's gonna be weird. That's gonna be weird. But yeah, Lakers fans, I'm sorry that you guys have to go through that. It's gonna be an interesting transition, and it's happening so soon. But I understand why they did it. $700 million. Like, come on now. That's the biggest deal that has ever happened in the history of stadium name changes. So I get it. But you want to know something else I don't get? Referees. I've been saying this for a long time. I don't understand these referees, and we went in on that referee that gave Anthony Davis his technical foul yesterday by tying his shoe and saying that he was in his feelings. He was feeling sensitive, and some of y'all were calling us crazy because we were saying that, you know, they should be giving him a little bit more time to tie his shoes. Like, no, tie his shoes in your own time. No, I'm telling you, this is a thing, an unwritten rule where these referees will give them time to tie their shoe. You don't believe me? In the same building, different referees, but in the same building, not but a few days before this last game, Tyler Hero was about to check in, but his shoes, he needed to change his whole damn shoes. The referees waited for him to change both of his shoes. Not just one, both of them. And watch how long this took compared to how long it took before they gave the technical foul to Anthony Davis. I got all the receipts. Check this video out.
Shooting, the ball is in the air, so it should be a side out of bounds. So they'll take it out of bounds. First team foul for Miami. That's the fourth on Kyle
He's still tying his shoe?
He's sitting down and everything, yeah. He ain't done yet. Let me try my other one.
Sneaker malfunction. He's got to do a better job with speed of his tying it. That's the worst speed.
Tell him, Mark. That's what I'm saying.
How old were you when you learned how to finally tie? 15.
Yeah, boo, boo.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. This is a few days later. Lonzo Ball nicely gives him his shoe. And he was just going to put it on real quick. Couldn't even get the shoe in before the ball got inbounded.
Oh, AD's been tossed. He's out of the game. They let him play on before AD could put the shoe.
And also another part of that, too, that I didn't even think about was the fact that LeBron James, who is technically he's a player on the bench, even though he wasn't playing, the fact that LeBron James was able to come on the court, console Anthony Davis, help him off the court, stay on the court, and talk to the referee, that's how you know the referee was sensitive and he knew he made the wrong call. Because any other situation, the referee was like, nope, I know it's LeBron. But like, no, you can't be on the court. You can't be on the court. Like, a little bit late, my man, hey, bro, what's up, buddy? You know you can't be on the court right now. No, the referee kept on moving it. And he wanted nothing to do with anything LeBron or Anthony did. That's why he knew he was in the wrong. But this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy because obviously I don't watch a lot of Lakers games, so I didn't know that had happened literally the week before, a few days before. That's absolutely insane. I'm trying to see what the chat was over here. Hero was trolling. White privilege at its finest. Look, man, I don't know what it was. What else
you gonna call it?
Right.
If it's not privilege, what else you gonna call it? AD was just like, give me 2 seconds. Tyler Hero was like, I'm going to need 5 minutes and a soda. Like, what is that? It's too much.
Yep. And shout out to Mark Jackson saying what everyone was thinking. Like, bro, you are how old and it's taking you this long to tie your shoe?
He has to do the song. He goes, the rabbit in the hole goes, whatever that song was. I just learned
whatever the song is, right.
I had to sing that dumb song, so I don't know. Yeah. But I know there's a song.
No. Yeah, the time my shoe. That's one of my embarrassing moments. That was you know how like you get potty trained and stuff like that. Tying my shoe. Mm-hmm. It took me a long time to get that thing down. I ain't gonna lie. I had no shame having people at school tie my shoe for me. I put my shoe out. People it took me a while. But it's still, even then, as a 7, whatever, however old I was still tying my shoe faster than Tyler Hero. I'm just gonna put that out there. Anyway, we moving on to the next one. Yeah, that I feel bad. That made me even more because Anthony Davis is gonna have to pay a fine because he got ejected for that nonsense. Like that's whack. That's whack. That's absolutely whack. And something else that's not whack, that's actually kind of crazy, is that the Warriors are who we thought they were, man. Like people forget just because they had a few bad years. People were ready to throw the Warriors away, like like that meme of Sid throwing away Woody saying, "I don't want to play with you anymore." No, the Warriors are still the Warriors. They had injury problems. There was the first year they were without Steph Curry in and out of the rotation, and then we knew that Klay Thompson was out the entire year. Then he gets a different injury, has to miss the following year, and now he's still missing some time this year. And in that time, they're playing with lottery players. They're doing this and that. Draymond Green's in and out. Steph Curry's in and out. The Warriors just were not the same team. They had to figure out a way to replace Kevin Durant. So people are ready to throw this team away. And now this year, they are about 85% healthy. Draymond's good. Steph Curry is good. Now we're getting help from some of those same lottery picks that are better. Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins deciding to show it to the party, Now the Warriors are looking like the team that we remember, and Klay's not even back yet. And the Twitter world, we can't believe it. It cannot believe it. This one right here, he put Warriors don't even got Klay Thompson yet. And look at all these. Yep, look at Christian Wood. Look at Kawhi, who was sitting on his own. My man Donovan Mitchell can't believe it. And we got an old Lakers D'Angelo Russell picture with the perfect leg. Because they are rolling right now. The Warriors right now are absolutely rolling. If I can get this next one. By Stephen A. Smith. He said, if Klay is back at 85%, it's a wrap in the West. And you know what? With the way that the Warriors are playing right now, he might be right. Because all Klay Thompson's going to do is add more shooting, add more defense. Because even if he comes back and he's a step slow, the defense is still going to be there. It's not like he needs to dribble the air out of the ball. He just needs to get to his spots and shoot the ball up. Klay Thompson coming back from injury is going to be different. It's not just about to be shaking the rust for a shot. That's it. So I agree with him on that one. And then this one had me laughing with the Idris Elba gif saying the rest of the NBA is seeing Klay Thompson practice 5-on-5 recently. Yeah, he's right around the corner, y'all.
Yep.
Right around the corner. And last but not least, this is the thing I was joking about with Jackie, where it's just like, to me, I wasn't surprised. But it's just the irony of it. Is what's hilarious to me. It just makes me laugh. All right, we know Kevin Durant left the Warriors to go to the Nets. He's supposed to be the Nets savior and whatnot, and all these little Nets fans that are trickling away that just couldn't handle being a Knicks fan for that any longer. They're like, okay, maybe the Nets will help us out. Maybe we can win one with the Nets. Let's go Nets. But what you don't understand is they're not real. They're not real. Nets fans, they're just not real. So in the building that Kevin Durant left the Warriors to go play for, Steph Curry's still there to haunt him because he got his own fans out there chanting MVP in the Clays, as they call it in Brooklyn. I love it. Let it rain.
It's been difficult, and Utah's defense over the last 4 or 5 games has tanked, and so they're struggling a little bit. Both teams needing to win.
Look at the cheers too, bro. That's too many cheers.
That's not acceptable. That was the second quarter.
And they weren't even winning yet.
That is the enemy.
Jackie.
You can't. That is disrespectful.
Jackie,
I don't like it.
Jackie, there's no one's listening to you. There's about 4 people that are in that building that agree with you. Nobody's listening to you. Everyone else are Warrior fans. They're there to see the Steph Curry show. That's the crazy part to me, man. The Nets got James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving all on the same team, and they still struggle. That's the power of New York, man. I'm telling you, man. It's a Knicks town, bro. We 8-6.
Like
we out here struggling to be good because we want to be good, but we don't know how to be. And we still got more fans out here bing bonging compared to over there MVP chants in your stadium. And then on top of that, they end up getting blown out.
I forget the reporter's last name, but I know his first name is Dieter or whatever. He said it looks like the Warriors are winning the Kevin Durant breakup. And so all these people went in and started saying, you know, that's a trash commentary, you're a POS. Like, all of these people kind of drug the reporter for saying that, saying, oh, you're just trying to put out this, you're trying to put out this, like, negative narrative. Every single person that commented on that and said that that reporter was trash or whatever, KD liked their tweet. So, and this is before the game.
Oh, so there was like 4 people that said it. Got it.
No, there was not 4 people. There was way more than 4 people.
Okay.
I don't know why you got me over here caping for freaking KD. I don't even like KD like that, but you ain't gonna just be out here disrespecting a man like that. 4 people. Anywho, it was way more than 4 people, and he liked all of it. And then this other guy commented, he was like, "Oh, KD's out here liking all these tweets. He gonna go out here and score 60 points." I was like, "Yup." 19, I think. Was it 19 points he scored?
19. Yeah. Or 20. Yeah, something like that. It wasn't a lot. It was not 60. You know what? Because I love the smoke. Let's see exactly how many he scored last night. Yeah, 19. Mm-hmm.
I get it. He didn't play to his best, but this is the question I have to ask you, because I in no way expected that. They didn't even make it to 100. I don't know what's happening. Is this really, are you absolutely right? Is it this team just doesn't work without Kyrie? Because he's been gone for a while now. At this point, I feel like y'all should have figured it out at least a little bit.
And they were just starting to figure it out. Like, I'm going to give them their props. They were just starting to figure it out on both sides. They were starting to use what they have. But the point of the matter is, this team it's just not that. It's just not it. It's just not it. They need Kyrie Irving because they need all the offense they can get, because defensively they're atrocious. So with Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant, at the very least, they can know that they're going to have 60 to 70 points a game, and then you don't have to play much defense and hope that Blake Griffin and some of the other guys do some stuff. But when KD's off, James Harden is off, it's going to be an uphill climb, especially against the best team in the league right now, the Warriors. Where my man Warriors fan at in the chat, man? I'm with you today, bro. Yeah, Warriors fan. I'm here for it, but yeah, that's right.
But you know what? Kevin Lane said something. He said Kobe didn't even get love in New York till his farewell game. This ain't Steph's farewell game. Why? This too much love.
But that's not. You know what else it isn't? That's not the Garden. That's not the Garden. That's where all the hipsters and all the little, you know, the crypto people. That's where over there. So they just there because they got a ticket to a game. That's all it is. They're like, you know, they wearing their little KD jerseys because it was out on sale right on front, so they put it on. Yeah, they ain't really there for the real experience. They you know, if they get a championship, then they can say like, oh, I was there for that. They don't care about that. I'm trying to tell you guys, man.
I'm not that kind of
I love Brooklyn.
I'm mad at Laker fans.
Right. Yes, Laker fans do the same thing. I was just gonna say I love Brooklyn, the city, like that. That's, you know, growing up, that's been my favorite borough. But I can give a damn about the Nets. Y'all know this. But
I don't
yeah, Warriors fan, let's go.
Disrespectful. What did he say?
It is what it is. He said, "Yes, sir, my guy." Yeah, I'm all day with Warriors fan today. I loved it. I was sitting there laughing.
Kevin Pryor said the Nets are not New York. Well.
Go ahead. And you could tell by the court. Look at the court. We're in the old Nets court because that's all they could go back to. Anyways, let me stop before I, get fired for spending the entire segment talking about this one. And let's now, Jackie, it's crazy that you already riled up because you about to get even more upset. And I can feel it. And I'm glad that you're going to be snapping on this man because this is the dude I tell you all the time that don't speak for us when it comes to Knicks fans. Like this guy, he's with us now. I'll give him that pass, but he's not the voice of the Knicks fans. So I know you definitely gonna think he ain't the voice of LeBron James because he's out here making proclamations. He out here making some proclamations that you may or may not agree with. I got nothing else left to say. I'm gonna let Stephen A. Smith take it away. Go ahead, Stephen A.
I'm gonna be in the Bay Area for the finals this year. Warriors going to the finals. So, let me say, hold on. Let me say something else. I think LeBron has won his last title. I think it's over.
Okay, I'm glad 15 games into the season you feel that way.
It's not LeBron's fault. I mean, LeBron is gonna be LeBron. He's gonna come back. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. But I'm just saying to you that collectively, when you look at Russell Westbrook's a member of the Lakers.
Okay.
LeBron's a member of the Lakers, and I'm telling you, they ain't winning no chip.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. So when I think about OBJ and the Los Angeles Rams, I think they got a shot. Obviously, you got Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Dallas, and all of that to deal with in the NFC, and I get all of that, but you ain't got to play everybody. You just got to play about 2 of them before you get to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, I like OBJ's chances with the Rams more so than I like the Lakers' chances of getting to the finals. And this is it. I mean, ain't no coming back from this. So,
yeah. Oh man, Jack, you know how you can't hear nothing? I can hear Jackie, even though you can't hear it. I can hear it through the silence. She's just back there like, So Jackie, I ain't gonna say nothing else because I'm sure I'm gonna agree with you to the most. So go ahead, take Stephen A. Smith. Imagine Stephen A. Smith was sitting right here next to me. All right, and you just heard that video you saw. Let him have it. What's your thoughts on that take?
First of all, Stephen, I think I don't agree. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, based on the 15 games we've played thus far, if I had to judge the future based entirely on this, I would say Stephen A. is right. Because I think he's right. LeBron's going to come back in and he's going to do what he's going to do. LeBron's going to come in and he's going to change the trajectory of the game. He's all of a sudden going to go out there and he's going to score 28, 32 points, whatever, but he's going to get no help. Russell's still going to throw the ball and he's going to turn it over. AD is going to go out there, maybe score 23 points, but it's just going to be AD and LeBron. They have specifically gone out there to try to build a team where it doesn't have to be just AD and LeBron, and nobody just yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Carmelo. I don't know the disrespect. As maybe it's that Brooklyn that got into me for a minute. I was just no, but yeah, I did not mean to disrespect my boy because that's my man, 50 grand. But the thing is now, if the 3 of them can get on the same page, do I think we can win with just those 3 being hot? Absolutely. I don't think Russ needs to change a lot. He needs to ease up on the turnovers, though. These turnovers got to stop. His shooting, I think we can figure that out with time. It's the turnovers that's the problem. But right now, AD is 100% right. It's embarrassing the way that we're playing. We're not gelling on any level. Nobody has a sense of urgency. Everybody's playing like they're just trying to make varsity and trying to impress the coach and making really stupid mistakes. This to me, again, comes down to a coaching problem. Frank Vogel this shouldn't happen. This shouldn't have gone on for like 2-3 games. We shouldn't be seeing the same Lakers this long. Some changes should have been made. Some adjustments should have been made. He should have gotten somebody's ass and said, no, we ain't doing this no more. This is how we're going to do it. He should have figured out a way to make Russell comfortable. You can still see that he's not comfortable at all. So unless Frank Vogel is going to pick up one of those Coaching for Dummies books and figure out how to coach these guys up, and unless they can get on the same page, if they can get on the same, I need us to be the same way y'all are looking at the Warriors like, damn, they're like this without LeBron. When LeBron gets on the court, what's that going to look like? Nobody's saying that right now. Everybody's saying, okay, we can handle this team. We'll figure out LeBron when he comes back. That's all they're saying. And so until we get to that point, it is a problem. And I don't want to say that his ring run is over. I think he's got 1 more year left in him. But Father Time is going to keep chipping away. So if it takes another year, then it becomes less likely. So I don't know. I'm not going to disagree with Stephen A. on this one, but I'm not going to say he's 100% right either.
Yeah, and that's my final take. I do agree that it's not. I don't think it's over for LeBron James. But as far as we're talking about this team, it even when LeBron was playing, it just seemed like it wasn't working because you have a lot of pieces that don't make sense together. I like, if you want to talk about Carmelo Anthony, I like him. I like bringing Dwight Howard back. But I never understood the Russell Westbrook move. It was nice, on paper and just to talk about it was fun. But it's just you don't need that type of point guard to run with the kind of guys that you have. You know what I mean? Right. But we'll see what comes of it. I do think LeBron has another championship in him. He definitely has the talent to play at a championship level. But he's at a point now where he definitely needs the help of his team more so than being able to carry it all through the entirety of a season and the entirety of the playoffs. That's just where it is. You know what I mean? I hear both points.
As much as I hate to say it, Skip Bayless, and I can't stand that man, but he did have a take. I do think that what we need is to have 2 basically dope squads, first squad, second squad. And I think if Russ came out, because he can't really be the Russ that he wants to be starting. But if he was leading the second squad, then he could be. But I don't know. I think he would be willing to come off the bench. I don't think Frank Vogel has the cojones to tell him that that's what he needs to do. So I think he's gonna keep running it like it is.
I was just gonna say.
So,
yeah, I don't know if Vogel's the one, because Russ has he's never come off the bench yet. And, you know, that was a whole conversation with Carmelo Anthony. And, you know, now that it eventually happened, now Melo's been more open and he's closing games. He's doing what he has to do. Is Vogel the one that's going to give, you know, Russ Westbrook bad news? And that's the other thing, too. But even then, like, I like Rondo, you know, when he's playing with that second unit a lot better, because he does that. And I'm not to the same extent, because I'm saying Derrick Rose is playing a whole other level of basketball, but he does that in the same way where Derrick Rose gives our second unit energy. Rondo does the same thing with y'all second unit. You know, him, you know, Mel, like that second unit has a spark. But I just don't know if, and I'm just saying, I don't know if Russ is going to do the same thing with that second. I don't know if the energy is going to be up like that when Russ is playing the second unit. Okay.
I think Rondo is more of a facilitator. He's not so worried about getting that score. You know, he's not worried about getting the same triple doubles he's always getting. So Rondo starting makes more sense because he evens it out. You know, it's just like everybody's going to know what they're supposed to do. You put Russ on the second squad, the energy goes through the roof. And now everybody picks up the pace. It gives your starters time to rest if need be. I think that gives that second squad just way more energy and takes that to another level. That's just me. I could be wrong.
But that's what I'm saying. To your point is why I like Rondo saying, because he's spreading the offense. Because when other people see the ball going, that's when the energy goes in. He's moving, pushing the pace, throwing that thing up so Monk can get the shot going. Now Taylor Horn-Tucker's back in the game. They can move the pace, and that's what I meant. I mean, maybe you're probably right. Russell might be able to help with some energy. But as far as, like, you know, with Derrick Rose, I keep bringing him up because he's been, I don't know, he's been my favorite player this year so far. I know he's on the Knicks, but the way he plays, like, he levels us up. But he's really, like, there's games where, you know, Derrick Rose is going to be that scorer, but other times he's looking to make sure everyone else is going, and that's when the Garden gets hyped up. That's when us Knicks fans get hyped up, and I see that kind of same thing with Rajon Rondo, where it's like, all right, starters start off slow, let's get this ball rolling, but we'll see. I just don't think, like you said, I don't think Vogel's the one that's going to say, Russ, it's time to sit down. So if for your thing to happen, I don't think it's going to happen under Vogel unless he gets fired. And then you know what? And if Fizdale comes up, he ain't going to do it either. So I don't know who the coach would be that would tell Russell Westbrook to sit on the bench, unless it's LeBron James saying it. I don't know.
Right.
But anyways, we've been having too much fun here with Post Up. I told you we were going to have a lot of conversational things here on Post Up today. But that's enough for me on Hump Day. Take us into what we're not going to do, Miss Jackie Ray.
Let's get into what we're not going to do. I'm excited to see. I got my phone here, so I can't wait to see what y'all going to say in the chat. I just want to say right now, if y'all laugh at all, you going to hell right with me, because I did giggle the first time I saw this, which was totally inappropriate. Don't be like me. Don't giggle. But if you do giggle, just put a laughing emoji in the chat so I can see it, so I can know I'm not by myself. But let's get into this first one. So Corey Benjamin, a lot of you probably don't know him. He was drafted, I think, 28th overall in the first round in like 1998. He played with the Bulls, and I think he finished with the Hawks. He's been out of the league for a while, but now he has a daughter who is trying to follow in his footsteps and play basketball. To me, 9 times out of 10, when a kid is acting violently, it's probably because something is going on at home. Sports is a great way to kind of break that, give them that teamwork. They build relationships with friends, and so it usually helps that. So I just want to say right now, I don't know what's going on at home, but I want you to take a look. So the mother of a girl that's on the opposite team posted this to her Instagram. Benjamin's daughter is, you'll see her, she's on the outside, she's in all black, she's fairly tall, you'll see her. So take a look at this video. The hell, man. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, I instantly just thought there had to be like more beef between these two girls, because that just was like out of nowhere hit to me. I see they were saying something to each other, but I obviously couldn't hear it. But to me, I still felt like that was something more than what it was. So the mom of the girl that got hit posted kind of a breakdown of what happened to her Instagram story. So this is what she says here. She says, This right here makes me sick to my stomach. This happened to my daughter at her game yesterday. There is absolutely no place for something like this in basketball. I don't care how famous you are. Sis, he's not that famous. I can guarantee you nobody in our chat knows who he is, but carry on. He says, this mom told her daughter to go and hit her and my kids get an unprovoked sucker punch. I'm sorry, but it's everything that's wrong with youth sports. The girl and her mom showed absolutely no remorse and offered no apology. Youth sports needs to change. So this is the problem. If mom actually said go out and hit her, but to me, and I'm not making excuses because I haven't seen enough. I looked at a lot of footage to try to see what's going on with this. But to me, if I go out and I'm not above telling my daughter to go punch somebody in the face, if that person is constantly getting jabs in that the ref isn't calling, I'll probably give her instructions because, that was my job when I was playing basketball was to elbow people and foul them out. I would give her proper instructions on how to do it so she doesn't get caught. I wouldn't tell her to just go out there and haul off and sucker punch her. But I do understand as a mom maybe seeing some things happening to your kid and there's no recourse for that and giving her some advice on that. But apparently, this is the crazy part about this. This was not her first time doing it. So to me, you're out for the year if you haul off and sucker punch somebody at any point in any game. Now, to be fair, I know that's, sometimes your temper does get beside you, and these are kids, so maybe I could allow that. But this girl is not doing no girly punches. She trying to knock you out. So let me show you this next tweet, because this user, even though I found the video from the first time this happened, this user feels like the first video is explainable. So let me show you this tweet. Did I stick it in there? Maybe I didn't. Let me just read it to you because I know I have it. So basically he says that the girl was, where is it? That she was cut underneath and the girl jabbed her and there was no recourse for it. I hope I put the second video in there. If I didn't, that sucks. But it looks like, okay, yeah, it says, did you see the video below? The girl elbowed her, so she retaliated. Then the teammate pulled her hair from behind. Stop it. So if you believe that, I'm not going to say hitting her was right, but at least it makes sense. But I didn't see that in this video, so I want y'all to watch this with me. Chris, let me know if you see it, because I didn't see it. So let's take a look at this video.
Yeah.
I do see her point. Oh, she fighting everybody.
The second girl. Oh, God.
Okay, so I did see somebody pull her hair. I don't know if it was that girl specifically.
Yeah.
I did see a hair pulling. But that's still a lot, y'all. That's still a lot. And here's the thing: to me, what this looks like to me is she's a bigger girl. She's probably difficult to deal with. So girls are just doing whatever to try to slow her down. So it's not right. I'm not saying that what she did was right, but it does seem like they're chipping at her a little too much and she's just getting tired of it. So her dad has come out and he's issued an apology. Let me see this again. Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That hit, now going after the other girl, I didn't see what the other girl did, but that first hit I'm okay with. But nonetheless, now you have this reputation. So Benjamin, her dad, issued an apology, and he goes, I would like to apologize for my daughter's actions. As a father, I'm shocked and disappointed by my daughter's behavior, as this is not a reflection of the values and standards that my family holds, nor does it exemplify the character, values, and spirit of sportsmanship that the game of basketball requires. My daughter made a mistake, one that she will need to make right. I'm committed to getting my daughter any help she may need and support her in taking accountability for her conduct. So to me, that's really all that needs to be said. There is some anger management issues, and I'm laughing because I had so many anger management issues in high school. So I'm not above reproach, and I understand that it's more than 1 or 2 tussles I was in school. So, and it's just because I was in a situation where I was constantly picked on, and I wasn't as big as this girl. So I had to pick up things and throw them at people. So I understand feeling like you're in a situation where nobody's going to advocate for you, nobody's going to be there for you, and then you're going to take it out. Problem is now everybody's videotaping it, and because you're so much bigger and so much powerful than all these girls, no matter what they're doing to you, you're going to look like the victim. Or they're going to look like the victim, you're going to look like the villain. So there's no win in this situation for you. I would recommend taking her out of basketball entirely at this school, maybe putting her in a different league, and then getting her, you know, again, maybe some coaching. I'm not saying she should just let these, you know, chips at her go. Have Dennis Rodman sit down with her and show her how to elbow people underneath where nobody can see it and you don't get the call. And then obviously get her some counseling. And we need to talk to mom, because if mom is openly telling her to go hit some people where people can hear it, that's what we're not going to do. We're not going to be telling our kid to go out there and beat up people, because now you look like the bad mom. She like the bad daughter. And Benjamin probably sit over there like, I wasn't even there. I don't even know. So now she's having to make an apology for it. It's just a convoluted situation. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying I understand. Get this young lady some help. Get her some coaching so she can handle these people under the basket if they keep chipping at her, and then she won't get these big videos going viral, because that's the last thing you want is a young lady to be viral in a video for these reasons, because this is all the wrong reasons. But Chris, did you see anything that makes you go, oh, okay, yeah, I see what happened there. I know exactly why she wailed on that girl.
Sadly, no. I'm sorry. Both plays. I was trying to look for it, but she boxed in that second video. She was just boxing out the other girl. I feel like there was a little bow that came from her while boxing out. So the other girl got upset and yelled at the ref. And I don't know if she said something that that the girl we're talking about. I'm sorry, what was her name? The daughter.
I think it's Leia or something. I don't remember. Yeah. I'm sorry, I wrote it down too, but I can't find it in my notes. But Benjamin's daughter.
Benjamin's daughter, right? She heard something she didn't like, and then that's when she started wailing on the other girl. And then the other girl, the second girl is what I felt the most bad for, because all she was trying to do was break up the fight, and then my girl turned on her and started wailing too, and she's like, no. But in both situations. To be real, I think you hit the nail on the head. She had a lot of Shaq calls where she's probably getting, overly. A lot of players are getting overly aggressive for her because they don't really have anything else that they can do, because she's probably really dominant and just, uses her size to her advantage. And she got frustrated, so she has to understand how to use, how to deal with that. You know what I mean, mentally, because that's just what it's gonna be. They're trying to tear you down, and you got to be able to compose yourself and handle that. And if moms, I heard that rumor too, if moms did say some, look, I've been in a lot of moments where I've seen my little brother play a lot of bigger guys and then get frustrated with him because he was outscoring them, and then do all kind of things. But look, I don't know if I could say, go out there and hit him. I always say let the game do the talking, and that's what my little brother would do. So I feel like she is in a position where she could let the game do the talking, because she's obviously a lot better than all these other girls. So yeah, I don't know. I think it was a bad call, and famous dad. That's the part that got me. I'm sorry. This is such a bit.
I was like, nobody knows. I Am Ghost said she probably needs to get Brittany Griner to mentor her. Facts, because she'll handle you under the basket and not get. That's the thing. She just needs to learn how to get those little elbows in and figure it out. Right. She can't react like this. And I still think that there's something else going on behind the scenes at home.
Has to be.
Makes her feel like, ooh, okay, mama's giving me the okay to hit this girl. I'm gonna do that, because now I'm getting out some other frustrations that I have going on inside. It might not even be at home. For me, my anger management came from going to an all-white school and getting bullied about that every single day. So my anger wasn't, and when going home, there wasn't a lot my parents could tell me, because I was mad at them, like, y'all put me in this all-white school. So it was one of those things where I just had no outlet. So that's what she needs. She probably needs some counseling. She needs somebody to coach her up, and she needs to understand that if she wants to do this long term, she's gonna need to figure this out, because she's clearly bigger than everybody and probably better. So good luck.
That's what I'm saying.
Wish you all the
best. Let the game
game
do the talking. Don't get this reputation, because it's gonna hurt you long term. Don't do that.
Yep. But I'm rooting for you. Just do better. All right, that's all we got for What We Not Gonna Do. That's our show for today. Make sure you are here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because we do have more content coming out today. We will see you tomorrow. Follow Chris at TK2K. Follow me at Jackie Ray TV, and we'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Elbows. Throw elbows. Elbows. Yeah.